Hi, my name is Mike. I just took and passed the FE Civil, and I'd like to share a book review with you of the FE Civil Review Manual. As you can see, it's a very thick book. I would say about 2/3 of it is just copy-pasted fluff from old manuals with nothing to do with the test or the FE reference handbook. Which itself is just a garbage pile of oddly organized, poorly described formulas. It's not really meant to be a clear manual. It's meant to make sense to only those students who already have some concept of the topics they're describing. Nevertheless, it's fairly important that you familiarize yourself with the handbook, so ideally, an FE review manual should be a walkthrough of the handbook. Unfortunately, Mr. Lindeburg strays far from the handbook, covering mostly unrelated, useless topics. Even when he is on topic, his descriptions of the concepts and formulas are usually confusing and misleading. So I certainly don't have time to go over this whole book right now, but I will point out 3 different spots just to highlight what I'm talking about. Let's look at his description of trilateration. See if you can tell what he is talking about. I have no idea either. That's all he says about trilateration. There isn't like some part before that makes it more clear. There's not like some conclusion later on that makes it all clear. There's no picture. That's just what he says about it. And if you waste your time reading this whole chapter, chapter 48 on plane surveying, you are going to be horribly confused as he goes on and on and on with useless descriptions of topics that are not even on the handbook. Not only is it not clear, it's not something that you need to be studying. Okay, highlight number 2. He highlights these formulas in blue, which means that they are in the handbook. However, none of these formulas that I'm showing you are actually in the handbook. And there's no page reference numbers. He doesn't say where he's getting these from in the handbook. So I don't know what page he pulled these from, but under the civil chapter in the transportation section, it's a fairly short section, there is definitely no mention of anything having anything to do with this whole section here, or any of these formulas. And then he goes on to make practice problems. Here's a little added insult to the buyer. He goes ahead and writes practice problems that make use of these formulas. Problems 1 and 4 reference those formulas. And problem 3 here is also making use of those formulas. So if you go through these practice problems, you will think that you are studying and preparing for the exam, but you are actually just wasting your time. So, in conclusion, I hope this helps, and good luck on your test.